What's going on, world? Coming at you guys again. We got another quick video. Inflation. Let's talk about it. So, for the past 6 years, we've been talking about inflation. And we saw it primarily jump astronomically during COVID. And then 4 years of Biden. And then it's been fluctuating within the last 2 years with Trump, with a significant increase, primarily in what we're seeing right now in oil within the last 30 days. Now, this was a common topic in the last presidential debate. Now, I watched the entire presidential debate, and I have my own ideas. And I have many of ways and many ideas to facilitate sustainability, safety, and growth for the country as a whole. So today we're going to talk about inflation. So for my 8th executive order, I will be initiating an agency called the Department of Economic Commerce. Now, the Department of Economic Commerce will be utilizing statistical data for all commodities and all goods in which are consumed on a national level, whether it be fruits, vegetables, different types of products for foods, etc., in which are within the top 20% of all consumed items. And these items will be based off of relativity when it comes to the standard of living, right? Now, as we go through our grocery stores, as we go through our cost of living expenses, we see these specific things that hurt the most when we go pull out our debit cards, our cash to pay for them so we can afford a normative lifestyle, because everyone has the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, specifically here in America. And we have a specific threshold in which we are to meet to make sure that we don't fall into a third world country. Now, a lot of my opponents will argue this is a form of socialism or communism, and that's not the case. So with the Department of Economic Commerce, we'll be looking at items in which are consumed by Americans, maybe the most top 20%, and we will be creating, manufacturing, producing those specific items here in America by American workers. And this will include individuals whom are up to, say, 14 years old, who are looking for after-school jobs, things of that nature, right? Now, this will be integrated partially into the military, because if you're not aware, our military bases have thousands of unused acres, right? So we have a lot of area on our military bases to facilitate farming, agriculture, production facilities. And we have the capacity to enlist American citizens into the military to give them the training required in order to sustain the country to where everything that we produce, everything that we manufacture, everything that we create, we can be reselling back out into the public, to the American consumer at close to cost, right? So no high inflation, no high markups. This is not high competition with the other major conglomerate millionaire and billionaire companies. We're not playing the game of competition to where if you go to Walmart, a jar of peanut butter costs $8. When you go to Whole Foods, it costs $9. When you go to Kroger, it costs $7. No, we're not going to play that game. We're not going to play within the threshold of competition and say that this is the way it goes. No, we're going to facilitate a manner in which all Americans have the capacity to live in a functional environment in which is not going to break the bank, right? We're not going to play that game, because at the end of the day, if you do this within the Department of Economic Commerce, if you do this within these branches to facilitate these types of jobs newly created, it's going to be by the taxpayer for the taxpayer.